What's good, greatness gang? Welcome back to another reaction. And today we're going to be reacting to something that's has me very curious. Not only the other day did I find out that Larry Bird is actually one of the greatest of all time, like one of the greats, but I found out that he's the best trash talker according to you all. I don't believe it. Just look at Larry Bird. He looks like a very nice, loving, fatherly, hard-working man. He doesn't look like he uses any profanity, like he's an amazing friend. But according to you all, and according to this video, he's the best trash talker. I don't believe it. Let's prove me wrong.
Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? You know, they thought it was Reggie or Charles.
Bird used to tell me, look here, man, you supposed to be a great defender, right? And I'm going to make sure I tell you where I'm going to shoot the ball at.
I thought it was Dennis Rodman. And I heard a few clips of people like Kevin Garnett. I know a little bit about Reggie Miller being a trash talker, and I remember the infamous fight between him and Kobe. I would think it would be somebody like Ron Artest, but I wouldn't think it would be Larry.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
And I'm looking at this guy like, he's nuts.
I'm going to go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's going to be your Christmas present. I'm going to wrap it up and bust your head open.
And that's exactly what he did.
If he tell you gonna hit a shot at a certain place, he gonna do just that, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Been a better player each step I took. I was able to do a little more than the other guys. I had a green light. I could make plays, but I always knew early on, especially when I was a junior, senior high school, that probably the outcome of the game was going to depend on me.
Well, yeah, I interviewed Gary Payton.
In senior high school, that
Where's that picture at? 1 second.
And ain't nothing you can do about it.
Been a better player each step I took. I was able to do a little more than the other guys. I had a green light. I could make plays, but I always knew early on.
Look at that picture. You mean to tell me this guy right here is the best and biggest trash talker in NBA history? I wouldn't believe it if you showed me that picture.
Especially when I was a junior, senior high school, that probably the outcome of the game was going to depend on me.
Well, yeah, I interviewed Gary Payton, a venomous trash talker. And I asked him who the most vicious trash talker he's ever encountered. He said Larry Bird. Oh, no question.
Bird talk shit like we talk.
Let me tell y'all something. Bird used to tell me, look here, man, I'm going to go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's going to be your Christmas present. I'm going to wrap it up and bust your head open. All that shit. He told me, young fella, let me tell you something. I can shoot a jumper anywhere I want to. You supposed to be a great defender, right? I'm gonna make sure I tell you where I'm gonna shoot the ball at. And I was like, man, come on now, you're not gonna shoot the ball. And so he said, I'm gonna take you over in that corner right there. You see it over there by my bench, right? And I'm gonna give you something, and it's gonna be this jumper. So he went right to that corner, and I'm up on him, I'm under him. And he said, young fella, what did I tell you I was gonna do? And he turned around, raised up, and it was all drones. And I said, shit, I ain't gonna mess with you no more. He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats. They don't be always mentioning him. He was the shit.
Yeah.
Wait, Gary Payton saying the same thing I'm saying. And he's the glove. So if he's saying it, then yeah.
Shit, man. He'll give it to you any way he wants to. Larry Bird was cold.
Bird didn't talk trash to you,
Oh, my God. Bird talked trash to everybody. I always tell the story about Larry Bird. I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, I said, Larry, what's going on with you? He says, you guys are being disrespectful to me. And I says, what are you talking about? He says, you guys are putting a white guy on me. That's disrespectful. I just started laughing. I had no comeback when he says, it's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me.
Larry said, I'm insulted that they would put a sorry dude like you
on me. He said, no, I don't even want to play no more. He would drop the ball and take a turnover. And I'm looking at this guy like, he's nuts, you know?
The story goes that when he played against Denver, they had a guy named John Hansley, a white guy, really good defender, right?
Okay.
They put him on Larry, and Larry was wearing his ass out.
Absolutely.
And Larry would run by the bench and tell Doug Moe, who was the coach, get him off me. That's disrespectful. Put a black guy on me. Because when he played back in the day, that's all he played against was brothers. So he was like, I had to torch his ass so they understand.
And Larry got on the roll, started shooting the balls, and every shot was going in.
That's
He
crazy.
runs by Frank Layden, who's
That
the
is
funniest
crazy.
guy in the league. And Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench that can guard me? He goes, so nobody out here can. Frank looked down at the bench and goes, no.
Along with Steve Jones and Rick Barry, this is Bob Neal. Just moments before the American Airlines Sheraton long-distance shootout.
The All-Star game is in Dallas, the first three-point contest, and he just starts looking at guys, doesn't say a word, and people are getting kind of nervous. Everybody's sitting there, everybody's real quiet. You knew the guys, but you never were around them. And nobody's really saying anything, so I walk in and look around, and then he finally speaks and says, I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second.
And says, I hope all you guys in here are thinking about second place because I'm winning this.
Excuse me?
Did you really say that? Who's playing for second?
Yeah, I did. I felt so bad.
When you walked in there, what were you thinking when you made that announcement to the room? Just messing with all those guys?
I know going into that, I remember in the locker room, Robert said something that there's no way in hell I was going to win that three-point contest. So I knew right then I had to win.
That chick's had my name on it for a week now, and I knew I was going to win this thing. I've been practicing, and my teammates said I wasn't going to win it, but I came back and lucked out, really.
So with the trash talking with Larry, I wonder, did he use that as a tool in his arsenal to help get under people's skin? Or did he just use it just to be cocky just because? Because obviously he's already skilled. So did he use that as a tool? All right, let me use this trash talking to get in their head to make my shooting percentage and drive to the basket even more better? Or did he just already knew in the back of his mind he was the greatest, and he was just like, hey, I'm just about to let you know I'm the greatest?
Bird would luck out again the next year, but in 1988, it looked like his luck had finally run out. He certainly doesn't have that normal Bird rhythm going for him. Seconds remaining, has only 7, has to beat 15. That's 8, make it 9, and 10, 11 as we're counting, 13.
A huge rack that time for Bird.
He's still got to drop one here quickly, 14. This is a tie for the money. Larry Bird at the buzzer.
He knew exactly what the score was. He knew that ball was going to win the competition for him, and it's almost like he did it in dramatic fashion just to make it more fun.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for the winner's circle.
He took off his top yet. I didn't see when he took off his top.
Larry used to come in the locker rooms. He'd be getting his ankles taped, and he'd say, hey, ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building. He needed those kind of challenges.
He had accomplished every goal. We hadn't lost a game on the trip. And Larry told all of us players and the media too, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip, I'm going to play this one left-handed at least through 3 quarters.
It was at a time when, McHale was still coming off the bench.
At least through 3 quarters? I wouldn't even be able to play 3 minutes left-handed. That's crazy.
And so Larry scores his 6th point on a left-handed shot.
And I'll never forget him. McHale yells out.
And McHale goes, hey, Jerome, wait till he starts shooting right-handed.
And at the end of 3 quarters, I get 27 points left-handed. Well, left-handed is one thing, but when the game got close, I had to go back to the right one.
He could hold all these things in his head during the game. So he'd have a shooting drill at the old Boston Garden.
4:30 in the afternoon. I was an early guy. I'd set up early. The garden would be dark.
Late in the afternoon by himself, dark garden, come out with an equipment guy and just do the perimeter, shoot for half hour. All you heard was swishing.
If he missed a shot during that thing, he'd say that the Bull Gang set up something wrong with the rim. Otherwise that would have gone in.
I'd get there early, plug in my Stone Age computer right next to the bench. He'd come over, he'd call me Scoop, he said, Scoop, what are you working on? I'm saying, I'm doing an early story.
Then I'd say, well, I'm doing an early edition newspaper story about your free throw streak.
You are approximating the NBA record for consecutive free throws, so don't miss one tonight or I'll look bad in the paper.
Sure enough, First half, he goes to the line for 2, and the foul line is lined up right where we're sitting if he looks over.
He's at the line. He makes the first.
He looks over and winks at me.
He looks over and winks at me before he makes the second. I mean, guys don't do that today. And he would...
Always thinking about these things. It's like paying off a bet in the middle of a game. He was doing 2 things at once.
Well, you had the bird night.
I had the bird night. That was a tough night, man.
But nobody...
This is crazy. Like all the great players, they're like obsessed over like little minor records that certain players overlook, or little small details. Or they got the crazy work ethic. They always there hours early, hours after. It's like a next level obsession that a lot of people don't really care for, and that's what like sets them apart from other people. Like my favorite player is Kobe Bryant, and I see some of that in him that Larry Bird has.
Nobody was guarding Bird, were they?
Well, we were trying.
You were trying to.
No, but when a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots. It's in that game, we're on the free throw line, and he literally says,
"It's off the glass. Who's next? Where do you want this one from?" And he just made one after another, and he just tortured them mentally. That game, he tortured all of them.
I think Bird went by the bench one time too.
He fell in the bench.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he called that one. That was the one where he fell in it. He literally said, "Off the glass into the trainer." And,
No way.
Yeah.
His last shot, he said, in the trainer's lap, coming down the court. He shot this high rainbow. It goes in. Ricky bumps into him and he knocks him on our trainer's lap. So it was exactly what he said.
Antoine Carr and Cliff Levingston got fined by Fratello, I think.
And Eddie Johnson for celebrating.
Celebrating Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was the greatest film session ever, because back then, you watched the real game and just went, with a video, and Mike rewound the celebration 20 times.
And they show a shot of our bench. Cliff Livingston and Eddie Johnson are standing up giving each other high.
Yeah, that's the clip I saw when I reacted to the Larry Bird highlights video. I couldn't believe that another team was celebrating their opponent. That is crazy.
I mean, everybody was entertained by this. Even the guys on the Atlanta bench.
They got fined for that, I heard.
Yeah. Watch the reactions on the Atlanta bench. You see Scotty Hayes with them. Yeah. Watch Cliff Levingston over here. I think this is Cliff.
And Fratello wouldn't let it go. He just kept rewinding. Showing the guys, you remember, they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
Yeah,
too.
that was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter, and Antoine Carr and Cliff gives each other high five. And our film session was 20 minutes of that. And, yeah, and so it was a bad night.
The first game against Larry Bird, it was shocking.
Did those guys get traded after that? Because I would have got them the hell out of there.
And I'm a rookie, I go shake his hand, and he put both hands behind his back. And I'm saying, okay, he's getting his head ready to play. First play of the game, he says, "I don't know where they got you guarding me, Holmes." And he shoots a 3. I was pissed. I said, I wasn't mad he hit the 3. But this bitch just called me Holmes. And so it set up for a really interesting game. Because I remember one time I came down and I dunked it on him. He laying on the ground. He fouled me, and I'm pointing. And he said, "Hey, Rook." I said, "What?" He said, "I like you. He said, you got balls, but I'm still going to get 30 on your ass." He got about 38, so he kind of proved his point. But I had to pay my dues. I wasn't upset about that because, back then, as a rookie, you got to pay your dues. Simple as that.
It was funny, the first time that I played in my rookie year, I guarded Larry Bird, and it took me about 10 minutes to realize I should be probably guarding him instead of staring at him. And he came down, it was funny, he came down one time, and Mark West was the center on our team, and Larry looked at me, and then he looked at Mark, and he said, "Mark, I'm going to go down, I'm going to come off the screen, I'm going to catch it right there, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to shoot it in the rookie's face, and then I'm going to run down the floor." And that's exactly what he did. And I'm sitting there, that just happened.
But did he talk to you, or you weren't
He
good
talked
enough?
through me. He never
He never addressed me.
I love that.
Like I wasn't even there.
And did Mark West going?
Mark was like, all right.
Okay, yeah, all right.
You probably will. Good luck.
And then he did.
He did it.
Well,
There was nothing I could do about it.
He backed up whatever he said. If he tell you gonna hit a shot to a certain place, or if he gonna take you down to the post, turn around, hit a fadeaway J, he gonna do just that, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
These guys came in together in 81. There's Kevin, there's Larry, there's Robert. Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, they knew what each other could do. And what I did was said, okay, let's see what's happening out there. And you'd see Larry shooting a three-pointer, and then I call a timeout, and they didn't count the three-pointer.
Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot, but KC called timeout.
It won't count. It does not count. Bob's going to call the timeout.
Larry came back to the bench
and got him pissed off.
Upset. So he's very upset with that. So I diagrammed the play. He says, heck with the play, Case. Hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot. I'm going to kick it in. Give me the ball and tell all the rest of the guys to get out of the way. I said, shut up, Larry. I'm the coach here. Okay. All right. Then you should take the ball out, give it to Kevin, then you throw it to Larry, and everybody get the hell out of the way.
Celtics are down by 2 points, and Bird is out by the three-point line, and he's being guarded by a guy named Johnny High.
He goes down before the ball is thrown in, and he's standing right in front of the Phoenix bench, and he looks at all the guys on the bench and says,
yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a three on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this.
And he says, watch my hand as I follow through.
And, Johnny High sort of smiles and laughs about it.
And I was supposed to cut off the high post and post up for a second and then go across and set a pick. Well, I came off the pick and I was wide open and I stood there waiting for the ball. I had a smaller guy to post up and Larry just waved me out of the way saying, get out of here, get out of the way.
And then he just turns around and shoots a perfect three.
As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, told you so.
Wait, did he shoot that off 1 foot?
Then he just turns around and shoots a perfect three.
He spent around, didn't even have full possession of the ball yet, shot not even lined up properly, off 1 foot, and still made it as a game-winning shot. Come on, man.
As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, told you so. He takes off running to the locker room.
As he continues on to the dressing room. Now, that's what you call arrogance.
And from that time, I learned to run Larry's play, not the coach's play.
He wanted the light on him. He wanted the focus, and he wanted that ball. And if KC would ever call somebody else's play, Larry would just say, no. I'm shooting this ball, and he would.
I get a charge when I tell someone on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about.
High game, 13 seconds to play. Celtics basketball.
During the timeout, I'm going through a play. And about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? That's Larry. If he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier, he says, I'm getting the ball.
I said, I know, I'm going to be waiting. And he said, I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. Larry Bird, just phenomenal the way
a
that...
nice push
he
off
came out
and shoot it right in his
face. That exact spot and shot a shot right in my face. And, he was like, I didn't need to leave 2 seconds on the clock. I walked back to the sideline like, damn.
Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? They thought it was Reggie or Charles. Larry Bird talked more trash on the basketball court than anybody I've ever played against. So we playing him the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, you guys don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go right over that corner. And I'm going to catch it, I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or DJ? The late, great DJ.
Yeah. You DJ coming down, right, with the ball. Oh, great DJ, that's good. So pass it to Larry, he's in that corner. Now I got to go out and close Larry Bird out. So as I'm running out to Larry Bird, he's talking trash to me. I don't know why you running out here. Who says that in the middle of the game? He said, I'm gonna wait till you get 1 step away from me and I'm gonna shoot it right in your face. So I got 1 step away. He shoots it all net. 3-pointer, good.
Take the ball out, man crow right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a 3, game over. It's like, are you effing kidding me?
And he turned to me and said, "You did all that running for nothing."
And he was saying in such a calm way that you didn't think it was trash talking, but it's trash talking. You're not gonna tell me you're gonna go over there and shoot the ball in my face. That's trash talking.
Yeah, it's like, I can't imagine him doing his trash talking aggressively or yelling, because he just looks so calm and peaceful, and he just looks so humble. So all of this is just so hilarious that he was considered the best trash talker.
But he would tell you before the play even started. He'd tell you where he's going. He'd tell you when he catches, there's nothing you can do about it.
He's kind of like John Wick of basketball, if that makes sense.
And it was great trash talking because it wasn't vulgar. I mean, he wasn't pounding his chest. You can just be standing next to him. You know, I would jump out and try to block a shot on rotation, and he'd say, "Scott,
you jump high, but you don't jump that high. You can't get this."
Scott, you're a little too late. Scott, you're not getting that. Why are you even jumping? Why are you running out of it? But it was all game.
He had the height advantage.
Like, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, I mean, he talked the whole game, and it was, you know, after the game and after years of thinking about it, you're like, man, that dude, why he's one of the greatest players ever played.
He was ridiculous. He came on here. Our sportscaster played the Superman theme when he was talking about him that night after the game, because he did everything, points, rebounds, assists, just steals, you name it. Larry has such a great mind for the game. I had a lot of respect for him as a competitor.
That competitive nature, the work ethic, because I asked a lot of questions. You know, playing with Byron Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, Magic, James Worthy, Kurt Rambis, all the Laker greats, I would always sit down and just ask them questions. What actually happened there? What did you feel there? Why? You know, Bird tough to defend. Why? Because you look slow as shit to me. So it's like, I'm missing something. So like, tell me what I'm missing. You know what I mean?
See, did Kobe see the highlights that I saw? Because before I watched the Larry Bird highlight video yesterday, I didn't realize he was that agile and that skilled and that fast. But the old highlights that they used to show on TV, it didn't seem that monumental as this is looking to me now.
You know, like I was saying, growing up in Boston, people all used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, you know, a lot of my friends was like that, you know. So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, you know, all that trash that you were talking, you need to squash all that. This man is great. Whatever you were saying for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody. He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
Yeah, I never forget driving and I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State. I don't really care about the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP, and we're big rivalries. So I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right. Bird. He makes the shot. Bird. I said, God damn, who is
Half-court
Bird?
shots.
Bird. You know, here's Bird. And Bird this, and Bird, oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. When the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn. Larry, it wasn't you know, be honest with you. The young lady that said you were her favorite player, mine too. I love you too, Magic, but not as much as I like Bird.
People always talk about great basketball players, and they don't never mention him to be up in that round. But Larry Bird was cold. I don't think nobody ever could get out with him. You ask Magic. That's why Magic had a run, and he was mad when he had to retire in '92 because of what he was going to be missing with Larry Bird. And then you remember Larry Bird took 2 more years, and then he quit because he said his main guy who he wanted to play against is gone.
I'm going to tell this story. We're in LA, and I'm hurt. I got a pulled hamstring, so I'm not playing tonight. So I can't play against the Celtics. You know, I'm killing myself. You know, Larry's warming up. The anthem is sung and get introduced. And right before they go out on the court, Larry comes down and says, you know what? Since you're here, I'm going to put a show on for you. So you just sit back and watch, okay? Don't worry. I'm gonna put a show on for you. And I'm like, man, get out of my face, man. Want to hear that? You know, that's selfish in the Lakers. And he went out. I think he scored 38 points, about 20 rebounds, about 15 assists. And every shot he would shoot, he would turn to me. Every time he hit one, he'd look at me. And I said, boy, you know, the thing about it that I love about you is that most guys talk trash and can't bag it up. But Mr. Bird, you know you can bag your trash talking up. And last but not least, I'm gonna say this because you told me one lie. You only told me one lie in your career. Only one. And you only lied to the fans and all the people in the world one time. Do you know what that lie was? You don't remember, do you? Larry Bird said that there would be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever be another Larry Bird. And so
I always thought Dirk Nowitzki reminded me of the little bit that I knew about Larry Bird, but he doesn't move like Larry Bird. Now that I'm seeing these highlights, no, I don't think we have seen another Larry Bird yet.
Mine, and I signed it to you, to the greatest basketball player ever, but more important, a friend forever. I love you, I respect you, and I admire you.
Yeah, that's the end of the video. Oh, the best trash talker. Oh, he's like a silent killer. He's just, man. I would never even put him in the top 50 trash talkers. I would never expect it to be him, but that makes it so much more better. Let me know who do I need to react to next. Let me know which Larry Bird clips I need to react to next. Subscribe to the channel right now. Subscribe to the channel right now. Like the video. Love you, greatness gang. Thank you.